Welcome back one and all for the latest episode of the Off the Top of the Bar Premier League podcast. Thanks for stopping by. This is for game week 9. Unfortunately, I missed game week 8 because I was in Jamaica and there was international break and whatnot, so I didn't get around to doing one last time. So apologies for that, but hopefully all is forgiven and welcome back one and all. Nice to have you with us as usual. If the content floats your boat, please do remember to like, subscribe, press the notification bell and let me know in the comments your views and opinions as we go through. So it's been a very eventful game week number 9 in the Premiership, as we've all seen. Some very interesting results. Liverpool have continued their dismal run of form, dare I say, being a Liverpool fan, but they were royally beaten by Brentford 3-2 over the weekend. If you want my in-depth moan on that, you can have a look at my LFC channel, which is called the LFC File, and the latest podcast for game week 9, a link for which I will leave in the description if you're so inclined. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the results from the weekend. So what have we got? Yes, Liverpool got done, as we saw. Man United getting on a bit of a run of form now, 4-2 against Brighton there. Newcastle as well, beating Fulham 2-1, no great surprise. Sunderland 2, Chelsea 1. What do you think of that, Chelsea fans? Yeah, not exactly what you want this stage of the season. I know it's still early doors, but almost 10 games in after the next game, so you don't really want to too many repeats of that. Spurs 3-0 against Everton. Kind of expected. Burnley beating Wolves 3-2. That's a good result for them. Villa, I think this is their third win on a bounce now, so they beat City 1-0 at home. Arsenal, a very tricky fixture for them against Crystal Palace, which they've come out 1-0 victors and keeping yet another clean sheet, so showing Liverpool what needs to be done there. Bournemouth beating Nottingham Forest 2-0, which is no mean feat, considering, of course, that Forest are a club in disarray and doing their best to return to the Championship, and all things not good, having got rid of Mr. Postecoglou. But I think for those one or two of you that have watched the channel over the last few weeks, you'll know that it was kind of writing on the wall time, and I don't know why Mr. Postecoglou even bothered taking up the poison chalice that is now Nottingham Forest Football Club. Anyway, that said, Sean Dyche is now in the hot seat, and we'll see how long he lasts before he gets the boot. So yes, very interesting stuff there, interesting stuff. If I go to my notes, who are we going to have a look at this week? Nottingham Forest, not really. I think they're kind of doomed. Bournemouth, second place. You've got to be happy with that, Bournemouth fans. What do you think, beating Nottingham Forest? Although I hasten to add, you haven't played the top boys yet. I mean, you did lose to Liverpool on the first game of the season, granted. But I think your next game is against Man City, I believe, on Sunday, and then Villa the following Sunday. So that's going to be two very tricky fixtures, and you're going to be playing Chelsea twice in December. Other than that, I think the games seem quite kind actually to Bournemouth, so let's see if they can maintain that second position and make some headway into disrupting the establishment, as it were, for the Premier League. So Bournemouth, yes, very interesting there. They're on a very good run, and what you can say is that they're beating the teams around them, which is what you want to do if you're in Bournemouth's position. Maybe the likes of Man City may struggle. They did beat Spurs, but again, as I say, the top 2 or 3 they're yet to play against, so we'll see how they manage. Still, that said, you don't get relegated simply by losing to the top 3 teams. So they look as if they're doing very well at the moment. Bournemouth fans, What do you think about the current situation? I don't think there are going to be many complaints. So well done, Bournemouth. And speaking of Spurs, they're the next ones I want to have a look at. So Spurs under Thomas Frank. Looks as if he's doing a very good job there. That's no surprise, as we all know that Thomas Frank done a fantastic job at Brentford and is continuing his good work at Tottenham. Doing very well, guys. Can't complain too much. We're Spurs third. I think that's the highest they've been in a long time, and looking very good value for it at the moment. Out of the last few games, what have they got? We've got they've won the last game, of course, Everton 3-0. Then there was a loss, but other than that, they've gone 4 or 5 games unbeaten, so well done, Spurs. What do you think, Spurs fans? Do you think you finally got a manager now that's going to move Spurs that next step forward? Obviously, Daniel Levy has stepped back now from his former role. Is that an opportunity now for Spurs to really dust themselves off and claim their rightful place among the Premiership elite? Let me know what you think. Really interesting there. Another one we can have a quick look at is Sunderland. I mean, they haven't done bad at all, and they beat Chelsea as well at the weekend, so that's no mean feat. Very good game, and considering it was away and they went 1-0 down as well, so Garnacho scored a good goal to get them into the lead. But Isidore equalised a bit later, and then Talbi got them the winner in the extra time at the end of the second half. 90+3 was the recorded time there. So yeah, very interesting. Sunderland fans, what do you reckon? Is this going to be your time? It's really nice to see clubs like Sunderland and Bournemouth mixing it up at the top of the table there. Will they last? Let's see. If we look at the point situation, Man City are on 16, Sunderland and Bournemouth are on 17 and 18 respectfully. Yeah, it's there's a long way to go. If we look at the Sunderland fixtures coming up, what we got then in November, we've got they host Everton on Monday, and then Monday the 3rd. And then they host Everton, 2 home games there. Then they host Arsenal on the following Saturday. That's going to be an interesting one. Then they're away at Fulham, home to Bournemouth at the end of November. So that's going to be an interesting fixture to see who prevails in that one. So good times in the Premier League at the moment, and a very interesting situation when we look at the table. A couple of surprise packages there. Last season there was Nottingham Forest were up there, but this season we have 2 unlikelies. Well, actually 3 if you count Spurs, because I don't think many would have thought that they would have been in 3rd place after 9 games. Yes, let's see. I saw the Arsenal Palace game yesterday, being a local Croydon man, let's say. Although they're not my club, but Arsenal making, I wouldn't say hard work of Crystal Palace. We know that they're not the easiest team to play against, but I was pretty impressed with Arsenal yesterday. I was quite impressed with them, and I would say they have the title to lose this season. I can't see Liverpool challenging. They're done. Man United have always got an implosion waiting to happen. Man City, pretty inconsistent, but they've always got a good run of games and run of wins in them, haven't they, Manchester City? So you can never write them off. Good times. Let me know what you think, fans, particularly if you're a Nottingham Forest fan or a Bournemouth or Sunderland fan. Very interested to hear what you guys have to say. And of course for the Spurs out there. Ooh, could this be your time? A new era of dominance, eh? Well, let's see, dominance may be a bit far, but you never know. I think Thomas Frank is a very good Very good coach / manager, whatever the post may be. But I think he is definitely one to watch. And Spurs are probably the team of the moment, I would say, arguably, with the exception of Bournemouth maybe. But Spurs, I think they're doing pretty well. Let's see if they can keep it up. On that note, I'm going to wrap it up there. Short and sweet this week. I've got a bit of a bad, what is it, sore throat? Yeah, a bit of a sore throat, as you can hear. The voice isn't too great. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks very much for stopping by. Remember, like, subscribe, press the notification bell, comment, all that good stuff. Tell your mates, let's grow the community. And yes, looking forward to seeing you all in the next one. Until then, look after yourselves and one another, guys. Peace. Off the top of the bar.